Hey, Gio, thanks for sitting with us. So, Podfest 2022,
Yeah.
you're here. We know each other from FinCon,
Yep.
right? We hung out at FinCon, so that was cool. Did you, coming to Podfest, did you have any like intentions or goals? Talk to me a little bit about that.
That's a good question because I already went to FinCon, a different event. So coming here, I was pretty much ready to network, ready to get to know people, and I was also excited about the booths where the affiliate offers are, where different products are shown. I really enjoy that too, looking at the tech, new software that's out, and I look forward to that also.
So, since we've been to both events, maybe you can tell me a little bit about the vibe, right? Like the feeling. So FinCon compared to Podfest, I'm curious to see if you're picking up the same thing that I'm picking up.
Yeah. I think we had talked about this, where the niche makes a big difference and in the culture too. So FinCon had its own niche, its own culture, where it was creators in the financial world. And then this is a little bit more broad. It covers a lot more, a lot of different industries. People are talking about personal experiences in podcasts. There's almost no limit to what you could talk about and have a show about. So the culture is a little bit different. The FinCon felt a little bit more professional, like we're dealing with professionals. In Podfest, it's almost like you're dealing with friends. You're dealing with your buddy next door. Like it's the culture is a little bit warmer, maybe I could say.
Yeah, I really like the way you break that down, and I totally agree. Agree wholeheartedly. Any other goals that you had? Like the expo hall is like crazy. I know for me, I had very specific goals for being here. I'm wondering if you did as well. Did you solve
Yeah.
any problems?
So I was coming into it with the idea of networking. That's really what I wanted to get out of the whole event, was get to know more people and see if I can ask them questions about their journey. I don't have a podcast yet. I'm really trying to put content together, and I just wanted to see where everyone started. And what's nice is not everyone is at the 3 million follower level. There's a lot of people who are also starting. What's awesome about it is the ones who have already been established are willing to share. So we don't have to go through all the heartache and figuring out, where they're kind of sharing with us their journey, their mistakes, and also just the cautions like, hey, expect this is what to watch out for. So that's what I was looking forward to getting that input.
Tell me about how you feel about attending the conferences. Like, I guess I'm trying to say, did you find value? Is this valuable?
Yeah. And we were talking about this before again, where there's value in your network. What's that saying? Your net worth is in your network. And listen, even if it's someone who doesn't have as much experience as you do, or isn't necessarily a monetary value, there's so much value in your network, in growing your following. And a place like this is easy to connect with people of like mind. So there's a ton of value here.
I love that. What do you think about the investment that people should make? Like, okay, podcast, whatever, you have whatever hobby or thing that you're into, your passion. Do you think it's wise, or you're curious about? Do you think it's wise to kind of find a conference? What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's a good question, because people will spend years and thousands of dollars going to college, taking courses, taking trade courses. So they're investing in themselves in that way to learn a skill. This is not any different. So maybe you have to spend a little money to get to the event, or to spend a little bit more money to have access to different events in here, like where there might be talking about different things that you might be interested in. But of course, there's it's worth it. There's a ton of value, and you would do it for something else, like in your career. So why wouldn't you do it for this? If you want your podcast to grow, you want your following to grow, you need to educate yourself. And this is a great way to do it because you're talking to people who are already on their way or already have been there, and they're willing to share that with you. So there's a ton of value. Yes, you should definitely find your niche, find your passion, and attend these events with the intention of learning and networking.
I really did, shout out to the organizers of Podfest,
Yeah.
Chris, I really appreciate the fact that there's no barrier of entry, right? Like, you can be a beginner that's really curious with an idea. You can not have an idea and just want to educate yourself about what this is, and
Yeah.
your kids are interested, right? You can be an advanced podcaster. You can have a platform. I mean, we met a ton of, quasi celebrities, right? That are, they're getting ready to launch podcasts, right? Expand their offering into their base, right? So, and what I appreciate is that there was a track, right? There was something here for everyone, no matter where you are in the journey. And then if you're crushing it, you get to be a speaker and help educate everybody else who's coming behind you, right? So I really did enjoy it. It sounds like you did too.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you for the questions. I appreciate that too.
Yeah. So listen, shout it out. Like, how do people get in touch with you?
Well, I definitely want to side with you on giving credit where credit is due. So the guys who put this event together, I personally know Chris and the team behind this event. Like, before I say anything about myself, like, we have to give them credit. You can tell this is a huge undertaking, and they're bringing
Well thought out and well executed, though. I mean, you gotta.
Yeah. Great quality. Besides the network, besides the community, but being able to learn from all these different seminars that they have going on, it was very well put together. I want to thank them for that. So with that said, I'm in the digital marketing space. We do platforms, CRMs, web events for our clients. So we also do content creation, social media management, all of that. So if you're in need of doing a build out, reach us at Suncoast Digital Marketing, or the best way to connect with me is in LinkedIn. Feel free to ask me any questions, message me, and pretty soon we're actually going to be doing a Ask Me Anything session weekly, and an open office hours where you can log into a Zoom and just ask a couple of questions, or learn too. Trying to create that same environment where I invite and everybody shares. So that next step, along with starting this podcast journey.
Love that, man. Great to talk to you again, and I'm sure we'll see each other throughout the rest of the event.
Yeah. Thanks, Gary.